So we're going to look at a range of the kinds of content you can add that might be useful to you for art and design courses, for student information, etc. So this is what I've got in week one, which was just text and an image, which may be enough for most of your courses. I'm going to click on week two, which has nothing in it at the moment. And I want you to concentrate on the Build To menu. So you can create items, which is what I did, which is just, if I go back to that, it is basically a title with text and attachments, and you can change the release date and so on. We've already done that. You can create a file. Use the file content type to add a file that can be selected and viewed as a page within this course or as a separate piece of content in a separate browser, so that it has advantages over just content. For example, let's do this. Let's go, we'll call this test page. We'll call the color black. We could say open a new window, yes. Add alignment to content. We'll just do that just to see. Permit users to view this, yes. Track number of views. I'll keep the display open for the moment. Submit. A file must be attached. Oh yes, I need to browse my computer. And it could be anything you've already got. I've got a file here which is about me, of course. So it's just basically like an attachment. So submit. And there it is there. Now if I click on that, it's called test page. If I click on it, open it up, it actually opens it up and downloads it as a file. It's a Word document. So if you were putting Word documents in it, that would be the way that you would do it. So what other things can we add? So let's see. So audio. You could add audio. Again, I'll call this test audio. Find a file. If you know you've got audio, then you would go and search for that. I know where I've got some audio. I've got some audio in my own personal Dropbox. I've got Robbie on the radio. So choose, auto start loop, align to content, publish it. You can preview it first if you want to. So what other things can I add? You can add images, we've talked about. You can add a web link, which I imagine will be a very common one. Let's say you've seen a great exhibition at Tate Modern. Obviously you can search for it in your browser. Exhibitions at Tate Modern, today, go. And you know it's the Bhupen Kakar You Can't Please All exhibition. You want them to see that, so you could just simply copy the link, go back into your create a web link, put the web link in the URL and just call it copy and paste. You don't have to do much typing with this. Copy and paste in the name, and then you can add an attachment if you want, but I'm just simply going to keep it as a web link. And by clicking on that, it takes us immediately to the web link. Very simple. And again, if you're just wanting to make sure that that's working for students, what does that look like from a student perspective? There's no content to display because we're not in week one. We need to go to week two, and there it is there. There are other types of content you can, I'm going to go back to week two because I'm going to just to show you can add as much content to week two as you need. You can add things called learning modules, lesson plans, syllabus, course link, content, so you've got links somewhere else. But I think for the most part, those first items to create are probably the best tools for you to use inside a folder. You can create a content folder, so it might be a folder within a folder. Just play with these things and see whether it works. I think for the moment, keep it as simple as you need it to be. You can build a module on a blank page. You can add Flickr photographs. You can put in a YouTube video. So let's say there's a YouTube video you'd love your students to see. You can search for it in here, Picasso straight into, there we go, select. And you can put some context about it. Look at this, guys. This, and tell, and you can make anything up you like there. So let's just preview that. How does it look from a student perspective? Watch video, and it actually opens up in a window within Learn rather than in YouTube. So that could be really useful. And of course, if you're putting your own YouTube videos up on your own site, you can do exactly the same thing. So let's submit that. So we've got that there. You can also put Flickr and Media Hopper, Media Element, which I will come to at another stage. Don't worry at the moment about the assessments. We will talk about the tools in the next part, but that should give you enough to start filling your course up with content and making it work as a student experience, telling your students when to look at things and when they're available, and you can build that slowly as your course progresses.